message I wrote, I did a couple weeks back, amen, and God gave it to me concerning some promises, amen. I think each and every one of us have a promise on our life.
Yeah.
Right? Some breakthroughs, some blessings, some things that God has promised you, and you find yourself not receiving it just yet. Amen. Anybody ever been there? Amen.
Amen.
I know First Lady talks about that God has a promise for her, and she's not giving up on it. Amen.
Amen.
Sometimes we can't allow what we see to stop us with that promise. Amen. Because I found out once God said it, it's done. Once He promised it, it's done. Amen.
Amen.
Which means it doesn't matter what it looks like, He already did it.
Amen.
So we're going to find ourselves. One second, let me get my Bible. Amen. Amen. I know I got the iPad, but it's nothing like the Bible. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, we can still give God some praise.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Don't wait for me. Amen. Who's believing that God can do something in their life this morning? Amen.
Amen.
Who truly believes that God's a provider, that He's a healer, that He can do all things but fail? Is there anyone in our house that believes that?
Amen.
Oh, we quiet in here. We're going to have fun anyhow. Tell Devil to stay close to those keys, amen, because I'm not going to be up too long, amen.
Take your time.
Amen. Oh, you don't want that.
I do.
Oh, you don't want that. You be here till 8 p.m. You don't want that. Amen.
You know what, brother? On God time.
Amen. That's the best time.
On God.
There you go. Okay. Let's see here. Can everybody follow me to Genesis chapter 12? Let's see, chapter 12, verse 1. And we're going to read 1 through 4, then 7 and 10. When you're there, please stand and say amen. Amen. We don't have to go too far. It's the beginning of the Bible. Amen. When you're there, please stand. Amen. Chapter 12, 1 through 4, and 7 and 10. Now the Lord said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great. And thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Verse 4 reads, So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, verse 7, and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land, and there build he an altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him. Verse 10 reads, And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. Amen. Quick background, you may be seated, about Abram. Abram was raised in a part of the world, Iraq. Amen. Yule. They served a god which nickname was Sin. The God was the God of moons, the God of knowledge, wisdom, and the God of creation. So he was taught to serve a totally different God. Amen. So sometimes some of us we've been raised a different way. Amen. We've been raised to serve a certain God and believe in certain things. But somehow, some way, God has given us a call throughout all that mess. Amen. He's given the least likely of the bunch a word from Him. Amen. So many of us find ourselves with a promise, but with no real direction. If you read the first verse, we find out that God just told him, get out from your land and I will show you a place. Sometimes the scariest thing to do is to step out on nothing.
Yeah.
Come on. When God tells you to go somewhere and he didn't give you no direction to go, you don't know what to do. So some of us stall and not find ourselves getting somewhere because we stop. Devin, come on by these keys, brother. Amen. We're going to use you soon, amen. But Devin, you talking? I need you by the keys. Amen. Amen. Trying to hide out, amen. You got red on, brother. We're going to catch you, amen. So we find ourselves not knowing where to go. And a lot of times we are afraid to even step out. Because we find ourselves, where should I go, God? You're just telling me to go, but you're not telling me the plans. There's something called blind faith. The best faith is blind faith. God, no matter where you tell me to go, I will just go. If you don't even tell me the place, God, I just got to go. Because I found out no matter where you go, God's there. That's the best place to be. But sometimes we find ourselves, why do I have to separate myself from people? When you get your call, there's a separation that has to happen. Separation just simply means disconnect. A cut off. A disconnection between some people, some things, amen? When you get your call, you got to disconnect that lifestyle you was living before. When you get a disconnect, some family and friends can't go with you. When you get a disconnect, sometimes you got to cut off that family member that you've been talking to for years, that you love so dearly. You have to cut them off because God has given you a call to move forward. Sometimes we find ourselves continuing to be in the same place and same predicament because of people. Because of what we're used to. Abraham was used to serving a false God, but he wouldn't allow that to stop him from the call that God gave him. Some of you have been sitting on your promises for years because the people and things around you. Don't let no one or nothing hold you back from that call that God gave you.
Amen.
If God said, I'm going to bless you, but I need you to leave some things behind, guess what? You better leave and go.
That's right. Come on.
Oh, any disciple who followed Christ had to leave everything just to follow him. Some of us don't want to lose anything, but don't know you're gaining more when you lose. Right. There's something about cutting off some of those people and continue to drag you back into the club. Ooh, I miss my house. That continue to drag you in the club. Just maybe, you might get right. Amen. You can't get right if you got the same people cussing around you. Same people drunk around you. Same people lying around you. How can you ever grow if you find yourself in bad soil?
That's right. That's right.
I don't know about you. I have to find myself out of that area. Sometimes you have to block off those people from you.
That's right. Come on.
Dislocate sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
When you dislocate something, you break something off. Sometimes you have to break off some relationships because those relationships mean you no good.
Come on.
Every relationship you find yourself into doesn't mean it's the right one for you.
Amen.
Every family member that say they love you don't really mean they love you.
Amen.
Every friend that you used to hang out with don't mean they really care for you. Because some of them see the breakthrough and the blessings happening in your life. So guess what? They want to hang on.
Amen.
If they hang on to their heavy weight, you can never take off.
Amen.
I found myself when there's heavy weight on anywhere, you gotta what? Shed some weight.
That's right. Come on.
Woo! When the plane before it takes off, they find out it's too heavy. Guess what? They need to shed some weight.
Amen.
When they don't, if you ask the lead, I'm sorry to bring that up, they didn't shed any weight and they find themselves crashing. So that means somehow, some way, if you don't shed no weight, guess what? You're gonna find yourself crashing.
Amen.
Come on. That's good. That's good. That's good.
So don't allow nobody to prevent you from getting your blessing.
Amen.
Yes.
Because there's some people around you that just may be jealous of that thing.
Come on.
There might be some people around you who don't want to see that happen. Oh, you think they got your best interest in mind, but oh, I'm here to serve you some notice. They want to take your blessing away from you. They want to make sure you don't get that thing. So every time you turn around, they give you free drinks. Every time you turn around, they give you some more weed.
Yeah. Come on now.
They ain't never did that before until you heard it call. All of a sudden, they generous. They don't ask you to put 5 on it no more. They just want to get high with you all of a sudden. They want to take you to the club all the time. They want to make sure they talk about you and the because it's comfortable. God don't deal in comfort. He never said it was going to be easy, but he said, I will comfort you. Not meaning I'm going to make it comfy. That means somehow, some way, the sin is comfy. It's like a pillowcase that, you know, that old dirty pillow you keep rolling around. Just like the dude with the blanket on Charlie Brown and them. That blanket been everywhere. In all type of dirt and mire. Been in all disgusting places and hung out everywhere. You can't keep that blanket with you all the time.